In the beginning, there was chaos, an empty, formless void. From this chaos, the first primordial beings emerged. The first was Gaia, the earth, and from her came Uranus, the sky. Together, they created the first generation of gods, known as the Titans. However, Uranus was a cruel father. Fearing that his children would overthrow him, he imprisoned them deep within the earth. But one of his children, Kronos, the youngest and most rebellious of the Titans, decided to fight back. With the help of his mother Gaia, Kronos castrated Uranus, and from his blood came the Furies and the giants, while the sea foam created Aphrodite, the goddess of love. After overthrowing Uranus, Kronos became the ruler of the universe. But like his father, Kronos feared that his children would eventually overthrow him. So he swallowed each of them at birth. But when Rhea, his wife, gave birth to their youngest son, Zeus, she couldn't bear to lose him. Instead, she tricked Kronos by giving him a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes, which he swallowed, thinking it was his son. Meanwhile, little Zeus was hidden away on the island of Crete, where he was raised by nymphs. As he grew, he became stronger and more clever, and when he was old enough, he confronted his father. With the help of the Titaness Metis, Zeus tricked Kronos into regurgitating his siblings, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Poseidon, and Hades, who had been swallowed whole. Together, the gods waged war against the Titans in a fierce battle known as the Titanomachy. Zeus and his siblings, along with the help of the Cyclopes and the Hecatoncheires, giant beings who could wield incredible strength, defeated the Titans. With the Titans vanquished, Zeus and his siblings divided the cosmos among themselves. Zeus took the heavens, Poseidon claimed the seas, and Hades ruled the underworld. Now, the world was ruled by the Olympian gods from their home on Mount Olympus. Each god and goddess had their own dominion, and their actions often influenced the lives of mortals. Let's take a closer look at some of the most prominent Olympian gods. Zeus, the king of the gods, was the god of the sky, lightning, and thunder. He was known for his strength and wisdom, but also for his numerous love affairs and complicated relationships with both gods and mortals. Hera, Zeus's wife and sister, was the goddess of marriage and family. Though she was often jealous of Zeus's many lovers, she was fiercely protective of her own children and the sanctity of marriage. Poseidon, Zeus's brother, was the god of the sea, earthquakes, and horses. His temper could be as wild as the ocean itself, and he was often depicted wielding a trident to stir up storms or calm the waters. Hades, the god of the underworld, ruled over the realm of the dead. Though he was not evil, he was often portrayed as stern and unforgiving. His wife, Persephone, was abducted by Hades to live with him in the underworld, which led to the changing of the seasons. Athena, the goddess of wisdom, courage, and warfare, was born fully grown and armored from the head of Zeus. She was known for her strategic mind and was often called upon for advice in times of war. While the gods ruled from Mount Olympus, the mortal world below was filled with its own tales of adventure, courage, and danger. Let's look at some of the greatest heroes and monsters of Greek mythology. One of the most famous heroes was Heracles, also known as Hercules in Roman mythology. His incredible strength and bravery were legendary, but he was cursed to perform 12 impossible labors as penance for a terrible mistake. These included slaying the Nemean lion, capturing the Ceryneian hind, and stealing the apples of the Hesperides. Another hero was Perseus, the slayer of the terrifying monster Medusa. With the help of the gods, Perseus was able to behead Medusa, whose gaze could turn people to stone. He used her head as a weapon in several later adventures, including saving Andromeda, who was chained to a rock as a sacrifice to a sea monster. One of the greatest stories in Greek mythology is the tale of the Trojan War, a legendary conflict that was sparked by a quarrel among the goddesses Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. They asked Paris, the prince of Troy, to judge who was the fairest. Each goddess offered him a bribe, and Paris chose Aphrodite, who promised him the love of the most beautiful mortal woman, Helen. But Helen was already married to Menelaus, the king of Sparta, leading to a war that lasted 10 years. The war is immortalized in Homer's Iliad, which recounts the final year of the conflict. Many heroes rose and fell during the Trojan War, including Achilles, the greatest of the Greek warriors, whose anger and tragic death form a central part of the story. The war ended when the Greeks used the famous trick of the Trojan horse, a wooden horse hiding soldiers inside, to infiltrate the walls of Troy.